Hey, tubers. Happy Tuesday. Feels like it should be at least Thursday by now, but all is good. Probably a little rough because I stayed up for that Niners Green Bay game on Sunday night. And East Coast, now that I'm East Coast, those times for those games, if you stay up for the whole deal, they'll get you if you got to wake up early and commute somewhere. Good game. We didn't deserve to win. I'm happy it was that close, but got some good cards. Big old stack here. Tis the season. Like I said before, you can find good deals. I would recommend that you watch a lot of stuff if you're not finding auctions, because there's not a lot of people putting stuff in auctions. The specific stuff, you know, the good stuff. But they're putting still down bins. Click that watch button. I'm telling you, within a day or two, a whole lot of sellers be sending some nice offers. So much so that it's tough to wade through them all and rack and stack which ones you're going to prioritize and stuff like that. And tis the season almost. For those that don't know, typically we're getting into that time of the year where inventory is more available and people need the money for Christmas, for their own bills, whatever. The vast majority of sellers aren't just straight up card sharks for their entirety of their income. It's like a side hustle thing for most people, and so they use it also to make a little cash on the side. And this is the time of year that a lot of people need a little bit more cash on the side, so they bring a little bit more inventory. With more inventory comes a few more deals. So I always get excited about this time of the year because I pick up a good amount of cards in the fall. So there's that. Make of it what you will, but I got some good cards to show off, so I'm pretty excited. Picked up the Ray rookie, 96 Bowman's Best. Had it in a 10. Sold it for, I don't know, like $1,200 or something like that. The 10 still goes for pretty good money, so I wasn't gonna spring for that. But what did I bought that 10 for is what a 9 goes for now. I picked up the 9. Real happy with it. It looks just as good as the 10 ever did. So one of my higher priority sets right now is the 3000K set. So there's the Fergie Jenkins in a 7. Spraying a little extra for the 7. Make sure I had a good quality set going there. Nicely centered. Hollow label, not the new Lighthouse, but very nice anyway. So there's the Fergie Jenkins. I meant to show this, I think, in a previous video and didn't. So sometimes I get a card and I just want to put it on display, or it sits on the desk by itself for a couple days because I don't have a whole bunch going in. I toss it in the display too early and forgot about this one. So I picked up an Ozzie Smith finally. Never had one of these. From 79. PSA 7. Nicely centered. What a fresh label too. Look at the sideburn on that thing. The mutton chops. We need more of that stuff to come back. That's always fun to see on the field. And let's see, I think these 4 are all 4 sharp corners. So in keeping with the basketball that you saw in the last one, specifically Topps base basketball, got the Shaq rookie in a 9 from 92 Topps. Good looking card. And that one's off left to right is why. Even when I get the 9s, I try to stick with centered cards. I'd much rather have it a nicked corner or something like that in a centered card than a way off center one. That's perfect. Picked up the Vince Carter from 98 Topps. That's a classic one. Tom Glavine. For the love of me, I don't know why they picked this one for the registry sets or something like that as his prime rookie. His Topps is way better looking, but still a pretty decent card. And Tom Glavine was a legit pitcher for sure. I think we all probably grew up watching the Braves, right? They had the national syndication on TBS, but they were very, very good in the 90s too. So we got to know Maddox and Glavine and Smoltz real well, and Chipper, but he wasn't a pitcher. So always kind of cool to see those cards. Another Braves one, I guess. I always just thought this was a great card, and 4Sharp had this one for a very good deal compared to what everybody else lists them at. So, the 94 Topps Hank Aaron, 20th anniversary of number 715. I just think it's a really cool card. And I got a little display case, one of them tall vertical glass ones. And there's one shelf that's just Ted Williams and Hank Aaron. And so the cards that don't match with what displays I got for those guys, I put them in there. And this will be a nice piece to go along with it. And then, greatest running back I've ever seen. Had a 10 of his, sold it for a stupid amount of money. And the 10s are still, they're up there. They're not nearly as crazy as they were, but got a 9, pretty nicely centered. Anything 89 score, though, you can find any of the cards. You can find, well, that 10 shouldn't be a 10, but I've seen 9s that are better than that, so therefore, if we're going to go off that logic and the sheer number of 10s that I've seen that look like that, lots of those 9s could easily be 10s too. I have zero faith that I could ever sub one and get a good grade, just because I've never gotten that nice of a grader, I don't think, but nice 9, very happy to have it. Goes towards 1 billion PSA registry sets, so very helpful to that too, but it's just a card I gotta have. I definitely, after I sold off, it's right there, I kept a whole lot of Topps base from that era, 90, 91, and stuff like that, so I got his 89 Topps and a PSA 10, was never willing to sell that off, but did want to get the score. And then last but not least, by any means, Sprung Extra for this one. As a military guy, we have a very set income, right? It comes in a steady stream, 1st and the 15th. There's no highs and lows, so it's a consistent budget. But if you ever travel or something like that, and you don't spend all the damn money in the world doing it, you get travel vouchers and things like that, and that comes along with permanent change of stations, PCS moves, which is moving from one base to another. So I had a couple of them vouchers pay out, and they weren't too bad, and so I had a little extra to splurge. And not perfectly centered, but very sharp, good color, and that color of pink was important to me, as far as there's some that are pretty well faded and everything. I didn't ever think I was going to get a 6, and I still didn't, even though I was willing, like there was a price point where I was just willing to go and I was looking for a bigger card, because sometimes when you just have an opportunity to get a bigger card, you got to seize that opportunity, and you know, but it's still going to go off of, you know, it's not what's next on my priority list, it's what's somewhere higher on my priority list and is a good deal. And I couldn't get anybody that had a 5 to really come down on their prices, and so this was not much over the prices of 5s that I was looking at, and I was like, well, that would be stupid to get a 5 for, you know, $75-100 less than this 6. So pick that up. Obviously, we all know he's a monster, big Hall of Famer and everything like that, but also in that 3000K set. So very nice piece there. Happy to add that one, and that will definitely make the display there. So pretty cool. Never had one of those, and I'll take it. So that's what I got. We'll see. I did get some good offers today, but on different cards and things. But at the same time, sometimes I feel like, oh man, I gotta get this, or whatever. And I'm like, and then other times I'm like, yeah, I can just be patient with it. The cards will come to me over time, right? Because we're in it for the long haul. So even though I'm seeing all these good deals, that's kind of where I'm at right now. First world problems, but I dig it. So, in conclusion, happy Tuesday. Go ahead and get after the rest of the week. Later.